What happens to your body as you age? Have you ever looked at an old photograph and wondered how your body changed so much over the years? Aging is happening every second, even when you cannot see it. From your brain and heart to your muscles, bones, skin, eyes, and immune system, almost every part of your body gradually changes with time. Some changes begin surprisingly early, while others may not become noticeable until decades later. But aging does not mean your body simply starts shutting down. It is a complex biological process influenced by genetics, lifestyle, environment, nutrition, sleep, exercise, and many other factors. So, what actually happens inside your body as you age? Let's explore the fascinating journey. Your skin becomes thinner. One of the most visible signs of aging appears in your skin. When you are young, your skin generally produces plenty of collagen and elastin, proteins that help keep it firm, flexible, and smooth. As the years pass, collagen production declines and the skin gradually loses some elasticity. This contributes to wrinkles, fine lines, and sagging. The layer of fat beneath the skin can also change, making certain areas appear thinner or less full. Oil production may decrease as well, which can make older skin feel drier. Years of sunlight exposure can accelerate many visible changes, especially discoloration and wrinkles. That is one reason protecting your skin from excessive ultraviolet radiation matters throughout life. Your hair changes too. Hair also changes naturally with age. Hair follicles contain pigment-producing cells responsible for hair color. Over time, these cells produce less pigment, causing hair to turn gray or white. Hair may also become thinner because follicles can gradually produce finer strands, and some follicles eventually stop producing hair altogether. The exact timing varies dramatically between people because genetics plays an important role. For some people, gray hair appears relatively early. Others maintain much of their natural color for decades. Your muscles gradually lose mass. Muscle mass does not remain constant throughout adulthood. As people grow older, they can gradually lose muscle mass, strength, and power, particularly if they are physically inactive. This age-related decline is often called sarcopenia. It can make everyday activities such as climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or getting up from a chair more difficult. But this process is not entirely beyond your influence. Regular resistance training and adequate nutrition can help preserve muscle strength and function as you grow older. Staying physically active is one of the most important ways to support mobility and independence later in life. Your bones become less dense. Your skeleton may look solid and permanent, but bone is actually living tissue that is continuously being broken down and rebuilt. During youth, the body builds bone efficiently. Later in life, bone breakdown can begin to outpace bone formation. As bone density decreases, bones can become more fragile. For some people, significant bone loss can eventually contribute to osteoporosis, a condition that increases fracture risk. Physical activity, especially weight-bearing and resistance exercise, along with appropriate nutrition, can help support bone health throughout adulthood. Your joints become stiffer. Ever wondered why some older adults feel stiff after sitting for a long time? Joints also experience years of wear and biological change. Cartilage, the smooth tissue that helps cushion the ends of bones, can gradually become thinner or damaged. Ligaments and other connective tissues may also become less flexible. These changes can reduce range of motion and sometimes contribute to discomfort. However, aging does not automatically mean severe joint problems. Regular movement, maintaining strength, and keeping a healthy body weight can help support joint function. Your heart and blood vessels change. Your cardiovascular system changes throughout life. As you age, blood vessels can gradually become stiffer. The heart may need to work harder to pump blood through the body, and the risk of cardiovascular conditions generally increases with age. Lifestyle can make an enormous difference. Regular exercise, avoiding smoking, getting enough sleep, managing stress, and following a nutritious diet can support cardiovascular health. Your chronological age may increase automatically, but many risk factors affecting your heart can still be influenced by everyday choices. Your brain changes. Perhaps the most fascinating changes happen inside the brain. As people age, Certain areas of the brain can gradually shrink, and communication between nerve cells may become less efficient. This can contribute to slower processing speed or occasional difficulty remembering names and details. But normal aging is not the same thing as dementia. Older adults can continue learning new information, developing skills, forming memories, and adapting to new situations. The brain retains an important ability called neuroplasticity, the capacity to reorganize and form new neural connections. Physical activity, social interaction, quality sleep, and mentally stimulating activities can all support healthy brain function. Your eyes and ears become less sensitive. Your senses also change. The lenses inside your eyes become less flexible over time, making it harder to focus on objects up close. This common age-related change is called presbyopia. Your eyes may also become more sensitive to glare and slower to adjust between bright and dark environments. Hearing can change too. Some people gradually lose sensitivity to higher frequency sounds, making conversations more difficult to understand, particularly when background noise is present. Regular vision and hearing checks become increasingly valuable with age. Your metabolism and body composition shift. Many people believe metabolism suddenly collapses after a certain birthday, but the reality is more complicated. Energy needs and body composition can change throughout adulthood. Reduced physical activity and declining muscle mass can contribute to lower daily energy expenditure. Fat distribution can also shift with age. That means maintaining the same eating and activity habits for decades may produce different results later in life. Preserving muscle, staying active, sleeping well, and eating a balanced diet become increasingly important. Your immune system changes. Your immune system ages alongside the rest of your body. Over time, some immune responses can become less efficient. This can make it harder for the body to respond to certain infections, and is one reason preventive health care becomes increasingly important as people get older. At the same time, aging can be associated with changes in inflammation throughout the body. Scientists continue studying how these immune changes influence age-related diseases and longevity. Your recovery can take longer. Remember being young and feeling ready to go again shortly after intense physical activity? Recovery can become slower with age. Muscles, connective tissues, and other systems may require more time to recover after strenuous activity or injury. Sleep patterns can change as well. Some older adults sleep more lightly, wake more frequently during the night, or find their sleep schedule shifting earlier. Quality recovery, therefore, becomes increasingly valuable as the decades pass. But aging is different for everyone. Here is perhaps the most important point. There is no single universal aging experience. Two people of exactly the same age can have remarkably different levels of strength, mobility, energy, and cognitive function. Genes matter, but so do decades of everyday habits and environmental influences. Physical activity, nutritious food, social connection, adequate sleep, preventive health care, avoiding tobacco, and protecting yourself from excessive sun exposure can all contribute to healthier aging. You cannot stop the clock. But getting older does not automatically mean becoming weak, inactive, or incapable. The human body is constantly adapting. Aging brings real biological changes, but your choices can influence how you experience many of those changes. So the next time you notice another gray hair or wrinkle, remember, it represents a body that has spent years adapting, repairing, learning, moving, and surviving. Growing older is not one sudden transformation. It is a lifelong biological journey happening one day at a time. If you enjoyed learning what happens inside your body as you age, like the video, subscribe for more fascinating science, and tell us in the comments, which change surprised you the most?